Hello there. The king is back. And I got a story for you. I got something interesting to share. And it happened. It happened last week. Last week. Today's Wednesday. Wow, when did it happen? I'm not quite sure. So I'm a person that likes to give. I'm a person that likes to provide. I'm a person that likes to give smiles. I like to make people happy. And I don't want anything in return. I just like to give, right? And since I am living in Bangkok and, well, I walk through the streets sometimes, I see people that could use help. And as I said before, I like to give, I give. How and when and in which form is not your business. I do it for myself. I just like to share. There was an seemingly homeless person laying on the ground in front of 7-Eleven, right? And, well, at times I tend to be impulsive, even though I meditate. But, sometimes I'm impulsive. And usually I wouldn't share which form I provide, but I will do it now. At least in this case, so for you to understand what I'm talking about. So this man was there and he was begging for money, and I got some change and I gave him like 800 baht or something, 800 900 baht, which is let me calculate, like more than 20 euro, right? It's like, why not? I mean, it didn't hurt me. It made him happy. It's a win-win situation, right? I thought I'd provide like this. And now we come into action with the title of this video. You cannot foresee the future. Nobody can. The actions we do, we can kind of calculate an outcome, but we can never calculate what life has to say about the things we are doing, right? And this happened as well. So I was walking past this guy, giving him money, and it was in the morning. And later that day, I saw exactly the same guy passed out. He was laying there on the ground. He was passed out. He was done. And, well, guess what happened? I can just make assumptions. Yet, I assume he used the money to take some kind of drugs. And my first thought was, oh man, I hope he doesn't die. Because if he dies, it's my fault. Well, not necessarily my fault, but we're speaking in terms of the butterfly effect. I gave him lots, not for his terms, lots of money, which allowed him to buy more drugs, which in return could have harmed him a lot. All right, I saw him there on the ground. So I bowed down. Is he breathing? He was breathing. And that was some relief for me. Yet every 1.5, 2 hours, I went downstairs, went to the same spot. Is he good? Is he good? Is he good? So I bought some stuff. I put it in front of him, like water and things, right? Then later that day, it was dark outside already. I was sitting there. I was having some snack, and finally he moved. It was such a relief for me. You cannot believe it. And he was seemingly hallucinating. He was speaking and shouting at people that are not there, or things that are not there. He was just like doing his weird stuff. He was laying on the ground still, but speaking. He was alive. What a blessing, right? And Yeah, he threw up in front of him as well. And yeah, and then after a few hours, he was just gone. So I assumed he's alive. And this week, I think it was on Monday, I even saw him. I was I was on a motorbike and I was passing by, and he was on the street on the left side of me. It's like, oh, right. So, what did I learn from that? We cannot know what future brings to us. We cannot know what the universe has planned for us. We can make some, as I said before, some little calculations and think like, okay, if I do this, this, and this could happen. But in the end, life will tell us what happened. We won't tell life, right? And for example, if you have children, you can try to do the best for your children, but you don't know what is the best for your children. I will give you an example. My mom, she always wanted me to work in some software company that is very prominent in the city where I was living in my hometown in Germany, right? I've made some apprenticeship there, and at some point I even started working there. I was feeling miserable. But this was my mother's plan for me. You will work in a software company and everything will be fine. And this is my plan. This is what you wanted to do. Well, she wants me to be fine. She wants me to earn good money. She wants me to live in the hometown, be close with the job and everything. That's what she thought is the best for me, right? But I was miserable. And I did my plan in the end. Now I'm living in Bangkok, and guess how I feel? I'm feeling great because she couldn't know. She couldn't know. Or I'll give you another example. The worst day of my life was when I took a lot of drugs. I was up for like 4 days maybe. I was with a group of people, and in the end they put me down on purpose. They made me feel bad. I was so high on weird substances. I couldn't move even. I was there in some chair and acknowledging them putting me down, making me feel bad. I was homeless at this point. They weren't. They gained some weird satisfaction in putting me down, making me feel bad, making me feel dirty, making me feel uncomfortable, making me feel devastated, right? I spoke to my therapist about it. He knows all the story, and man, that was the hardest moment of my life. In the end, they kicked me out. They basically threw me on the street and they drove away. I was homeless. Done with my life. My brain was just fried. My heart was broken. I was feeling, I cannot put it in words even, right? That was the worst moment of my life in terms of how I felt. And this is just a small glimpse of what happened. You cannot imagine. Well, one would think this is a bad thing, right? There's something bad happened, but it's not. Because of this incident, this incident was like the first domino brick that fell, which led me to stop abusing drugs, right? I needed that. Just imagine, this is what I meant by we cannot foresee the future. We just play a little mind game here. What if this would have never happened and I would have never tried to distance myself from drugs so much because of this hard incident? I might be dead by now. I might still live on the street by now. I might live a miserable life by now. We can never know. Everything that seems hard, in this moment you're perceiving it in. Seems like something unfair. Seems like something you don't deserve seems like something that is pain on you. And you ask yourself, why is the universe putting this pain on me? But you could see from the other side too. And maybe you figure out, it's good like this. It should have been like this in order for you to go from A to B. Because if whatever this is for you would happen, you wouldn't be wherever you are, right? How can I put a word on it? Chances in disguise, right? This is it. Chances in disguise. So, thank you for listening. I love each and everybody of you. Mwah.